Japan is an island
Japan. History of Japan.
by the sea filled with volcanoes, and it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. I wanna go to Japan. I never been to Japan. Have you been to Japan? Most of you are always fucking going to Japan. Like every single time I load up stream, someone is like, "Oh, Scoo, I'm going for 2 weeks to Japan," and I'm just like, "Go suck a dick. I wanna go to Japan." Been there twice. You go suck a dick too. 3 days ago, you double suck a dick. Take me with you. What the fuck?
In the year negative a billion, Japan might not have been here. In the year negative 40,000, it was here, and you could walk to it,
Ooh.
and some people walked to it. Then it got warmer, some icebergs melted, it became an island, and now there's lots of trees because it's warmer.
Hooray!
So now there's people on the island. They're basically sort of hanging out in between the mountains, eating nuts off trees and using...
Wait, you can eat an acorn? You can eat an acorn? How do you eat an acorn? You can't eat an acorn. Can you eat an acorn? Well, yeah. How? But it's like... Okay. I don't want to sound too dumb, but as a kid, I did chew on an acorn, and it's not really edible. Although I did eat it raw. But it was hard and flavorless. Okay? You have to boil it. You can? You can make acorn flour. You never heated it up. Well, in my mouth, but... yeah...
trees and using the latest technology, like stones and bowls. Ding dong, it's the outside world, and they have technology from the future, like really good metal and crazy rice farms. Now you can make a lot of rice really, really quickly. That means if you own the farm, you own a lot of food, which is something everybody
Dude, this unironically reminds me of fucking Age of Empires. God, I want to play Age of Empires again.
needs to survive. So that makes you king. Rice farming and rice kingdoms spread across the land, all the way to here. The most important kingdoms were here, 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 and here.
That's a lot of kingdoms. Was this name really Hai? Just that's it? Hai, not nothing else? Not Izumo, not Chikushi, not Kibi, not Yamato, just Hai. Just like, hi, hello.
But this one was the most important, ruled by a heavenly super person, or
That person was very rotund. Look at that. Also, he may or may not have an accidental bad dragon stuck to his head, but we don't talk about it. It's perfectly fine.
Emperor for short. Knock knock, get the door. It's religion.
Hello.
The new prince wants everyone to try this hot new religion from Biekt. Please try this religion, he said. No, said everybody. Try it, he said. No, said everybody again, quieter this time. And so the religion was put into place, and all the rules that came with it. Then the government was taken over by another clique, and they made some reforms, like making the government govern more, and making the government more like China's government, which is a government that governs more. Hi, China, they said. Hi, dipshit, said China. Can you call us something else other than dipshit, said Japan. Like what, said China. How about Sunrise Land, said Japan. And they stole China's alphabet and wrote a book about themselves.
Damn! They just literally yoinked in. Did China steal the alphabet from anyone, or did they just invent it? Were they like the true OGs? Just like, yeah, this is it. It's kind of cool. We made this up, and Japan was like, yoink. Just simply yoink.
And then they made lots of poetry and art and another book about themselves. Then they stopped moving.
Are they going to show us when they did the tentacle things with the... You know those books with the tentacles? I'm interested in that. Mayhaps. Perhaps.
In the capital every time the emperor died and kept it in one place for a while, right here. And they conquered the north finally. Get that squared away. A rich hipster named Kukai is bored with modern Buddhism, visits China, and learns a better version, which is more spiritual. Comes back, reinvents the alphabet, and causes art and literature to be great for a long time.
Hooray.
And the royal palace turned into such a dream world of art that they really didn't get...
Aw, but these are so pretty. Look at that. Oh my god, do you think they really had their hair that long? Jesus Christ. Listen, I get knots in my hair even after a day. What the fuck? What the fuck? Fishing book, right? Of course.
Dream world of art.
You know what was fucked about Japan? Is that like back then the beauty standards were to blacken your teeth as a woman. Like I have no idea. Like I can understand. It's like, oh, you wanted like the white paint on your face, you wanted the red lips or whatever, but the black teeth? That's so fucking weird. Like they had to chew like something that blackened their teeth entirely. It was so weird.
They really didn't give a shit about running the country. So if you live outside the palace, how are you supposed to protect your shit from criminals? Hire a samurai. Everyone started hiring samurai. Rich, important people hired samurai. Poor people who could not afford to hire samurai did not hire samurai.
I would hire a samurai. I would hire 2 samurais.
The samurai became organized and powerful, more powerful than the government. So they made their own military government.
Ooh.
Here, they let the emperor still be emperor, but the shogun is actually in control.
Look at the hat. Look deep inside my eyes and tell me that there wasn't any people who said sit on my head and they just did it. Yeah. Yes. True.
Breaking news. The Mongols have invaded China.
We've invaded China,
Said the Mongols.
Please respect us, or else we might invade you as well.
Uh-oh.
Okay, said Japan. So the Mongols came over, ready for war, and died in a tornado. But they...
That's it. They just came over, the tornado was just like, hi, bye, and then that's it.
tried again and had a nice time fighting with the Japanese, but then died in a tornado.
Again? How many fucking tornadoes do they have in Japan? What the fuck?
Then the emperor overthrows the shogunate. Then the shogunate overthrows him back and moves to Kyoto and makes a new shogunate. And the emperor can still dress like an emperor if he wants. That's fine. Now there's more art. Like painting with less colors.
Aww. Why painting with less colors? What is this? It's so depression.
Colors. Collaborative poetry. Plays. Monkey fun. Tea party.
Wait, monkey what? Monkey fun? Monkey fun?
Fun. Tea parties. Gardening. Architecture. Flowers. It's time for who's going to be the next shogun. Usually it's the
Me.
shogun's kid, but the shogun doesn't have a kid. So he tries to get his brother to quit being a monk and be the next shogun. He says okay, but then the shogun has a kid.
Oh,
so
shit.
now who's it going to be? Vote now on your phones. And everyone voted so hard that the palace caught on fire and burned down. The shogun actually didn't care. He was off somewhere doing poetry. And the whole country broke into pieces.
That's so based. He's like, listen, can you please be the next shogun? And like gets the guy out of the monk life. It's like, yeah. And then he still lands a busted nut in someone. It's just like, yeah, no, never mind. I don't really care.
Everyone is fighting with
You
each other
deal
for
with
local
it.
power. And it's anybody's game. Knock knock. It's Europe. No, they're not
Hello.
here to take over. They just want to sell some shit. Like clocks. And guns. And Jesus. So that's cool, but everyone's still fighting each other for control. Now with guns.
I can't believe we saw Jesus to the Japanese. What the fuck?
And wouldn't it be nice to control the capital, which right now is puppets with no one controlling them? This clan is ready to make a run for it, but first they have to trample this smaller clan, which is in the way. Surprise, the smaller clan wins, and the leader of that clan steals the idea of invading the capital and invades the capital. And it goes very well. He's about halfway through conquering Japan when someone who works for him kills him, and then someone else who works for him kills them. And that
The drama, bro.
guy finishes conquering Japan. And then he confiscated everybody's swords and made some rules. And
Wait, what's the rule? No having a sword or a gun. No climbing the social ladder. Pay taxes. I don't like this guy. Fuck this guy.
now I'm going to invade Korea and then hopefully China, he said, and failed, and also died. But before he died, he told these 5 guys to take care of his 5-year-old son until he's old enough to be the next ruler of Japan. And the
Aww.
5 guys said, yeah, right. It's not going to be this kid. It's going to be one of us, because we're grown-ups. And it's probably going to be this guy, who happens to be way more rich and powerful than the others.
Was that a young picture of Trump? Oh my god. How old is this video? Jesus Christ. 9 years ago. He predicted the future. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's crazy.
And powerful than the others. A lot of people support him, but a lot of people support not supporting him. They have a fight, and he wins, and starts a new government, right here. And he still lets the emperor dress like an emperor, and have very nice things. But don't
Aw.
get confused, this is the new government, and they are very strict. So strict they closed the country. No one can leave, and no one can come in. Except for the Dutch, if they want to buy and sell shit, but they have to do it right here. Now that the entire country was not at war with itself, the population increased a lot. Business increased, schools were built, roads were built, everyone learned to read, books were published, there was poetry, plays, sexy times.
Finally. Finally. It was about damn fucking time. Finally. Sexy times.
Sexy times, puppet shows, and Dutch studies. People started to study
Dutch
European
studies?
science.
I can't believe that the first impression of the poor Japanese people were based off of the Dutch.
From books they bought from the Dutch. We're talking geography, skeletons, physics.
Ooh, wait, that looks kind of cool. It's a short person, but it's kind of cool.
Physics, chemistry, astronomy, and maybe even electricity. Over time, the economic and cultural prosperity began to gradually slow down. Knock knock.
I'm sorry, we are closed. We don't have oil. Hello? I don't like this knock. Open up. No, who's there? We don't have oil. We only have tentacles. Please.
It's the United States.
Uh-oh.
With huge boats. With guns. Gunboats. Open the country. Stop having it be closed, said the United States. There's really nothing they could do, so they signed a contract that lets the United States, Britain, and Russia visit Japan anytime they want. Choshu and Satsuma hated this. That sucks, they said. This sucks. And with almost very little outside help, they
I bet that these were the exact words of it. They just said, this sucks.
overthrew the shogunate and somehow made the emperor again and moved him to Edo, which they renamed Eastern Capital. They made a new government, which was a lot more Western. They made a new constitution that was pretty Western, and a military that was pretty Western. And do you know what else is Western? That's right, it's conquering stuff. So what can we conquer? Korea. They conquer Korea, taking it from its previous owner, China, and then go a little bit further. And Russia rushes in out of nowhere and says, "Stop, no, you can't take that. We were going to build a railroad through here to try to get some warm water."
Russia, fuck off! They were busy conquering. Go away.
And Russia builds their railroad, supervised by a shit ton of soldiers. And then when the railroad was done, they downgraded to a
Hello, America heard about the sexy time. You know what? It must be true. It must be true. They just came for the sexy time.
ton. Did I say downgrade? I meant upgrade. And Japan says, "Can you maybe chill?" And Russia says, "How about maybe you chill?" Japan is kind of scared of Russia. You'll never guess who's also kind of scared of Russia.
Me.
Great Britain. So Japan and Great Britain make an alliance together so they can be a little less scared of Russia. Feeling confident, Japan...
Do you think that the British people and the Japanese people were holding hands and they were cuddling together so that they would not be scared of Russia at night? Do you think that's how it happened?
goes to war against Russia, just for a moment, and then they both get tired and stop.
Aww.
It's time for World War I. The world is about to have a war, because it's the 1900s and weapons are getting crazy, and all these empires are excited to try them out on each other. Meanwhile, Japan has been enjoying conquering stuff and wants more. And the next thing on their list is this part of China and lots of tiny islands. All that stuff belongs to Germany, which just had war.
What the fuck is Germany doing down there? Jesus Christ, dudes.
To Germany, which just had war declared on it by Britain because Britain was friends with Belgium, which was being trespassed by Germany in order to get to France to kick France's ass because...
Don't worry about it. Vacation. Can you guys just vacation within the country limits? Huh?
France is friends with Russia, who was getting...
No islands for you.
...ready to kick Austria's ass because Austria...
Austria-Hungary. Oh, the good old days when we were still together.
was getting ready to kick Serbia's ass because someone from Serbia shot the leader of...
Sorry, Serbia, we didn't mean to. We were just being a little bit hungry and emotional about it.
Austria's ass. Or actually shot him in the head. And Britain is currently friends with Japan. So you know what that means. Duh, Japan should take the islands. Which they wanted to do anyway. So they called Britain on the telly to sort of let them know. And then they did it. And they also helped Britain a little here and there with some errands and stuff. Now the war is over, and congratulations, Japan. You technically fought in the war, which means you get to sit at the negotiating table with the big dudes. Where they
Pog, good job. Congratulations, Japanese fellas, for taking the German islands.
decided who owns what. And yet...
Ooh, no, Hungary was so tiny. Give us back the big Hungary. Give it back, Romania. I'm coming after you.
Yes, Japan gets to keep all that shit they stole from Germany. You also get to join the post-war mega alliance, the League of Nations, whose mission statement is to try not to take over the world. The Great Depression.
The Great Depression. That's me.
Is bad, and Japan's economy is now crappy, but the military is doing just fine, and it invades Manchuria. In the League of Nations, it's like, no, don't do that. If you're in the League of Nations, you're not supposed to take over the world. And Japan said, how about I do anyway? And Japan invaded more and more and more and more of China, and was
Oh shit! I actually didn't know that they went so far. Holy crap!
And was planning to invade the entire East.
You've got mail.
It's from Germany, the new leader of Germany. He has a cool mustache, and he's trying to take over the world and needs friends. This also got forwarded to Italy.
Yet, I only have one question. Why did he shave his mustache like that? Did he really think it was cool? Was it cool? I don't think it's cool. Was he... Or do you think it was an accident and he just was too embarrassed and he was just like, yeah, no, this is my style now. And it's just like, haha, I totally didn't accidentally slip with the razor. Because of Chaplin? Really? I don't know, man.
He's trying to take over the world and needs friends. This also got forwarded to Italy. They all decided to be
That's, I mean, I guess, fashion.
friends because they had so much in common. It's time for World War II. Germany is invading the neighbors. Then they invade the neighbors' neighbors. Then the neighbors' neighbors' neighbors, who happened to be Britain, said, holy shit. And the United States started helping Britain because they are good friends, and started not helping Japan because they're friends and our friends are not friends. Plus they're planning on invading the entire...
Wait, whoa. So when did the UK make up with the United States, and why is Japan not friends anymore? Wait, the Japanese was against Germany.
Japan because they're friends and our friends are not friends. Plus they're planning on invading the entire ocean.
Oh no.
The United States is also working on a large, very huge bomb, bigger than any other bomb ever, just in case.
Did they forgive them for the islands?
But they still haven't joined the war. War looks bad on TV, and the United States is really starting to care about their image. But then Japan spits on them in Hawaii, challenges them to war, and they say yes. And then Germany, as a symbol of friendship, declares war on the...
Yeah, that's exactly how it happened. Because the German people were like very, very loving and caring, actually. And they were just like, we got you, homie. Mwah.
Declares war on the United States also.
True.
So the United States goes to war in Europe, and they help the gang chase Germany back into Germany. And they also start chasing Japan back into Japan. And they haven't used the bomb yet and are curious to see if it works. So they drop it on Japan.
Oh no.
They actually drop 2.
Gonna be my last month
Overkill.
of subbing. Getting too expensive for the place I work at.
Aw, I'm so sorry. 2. I feel like 2 was an overkill. What the hell?
The United States installed a new government, inspired by the United States government, with just the right ingredients for a post-war economic miracle. And Japan starts making TVs, VCRs, automobiles, and camcorders as fast as they can, and also better than everybody else. They get rich, and the economy goes wild, and then the miracle wears off. But everything's still pretty cool, I guess. Bye!
That's it? Aww. It was just getting exciting. And there was not enough tentacles in it. Oh man. Bye! I kinda liked it. It was actually pretty fucking nice. Man. Do you go into fridges by chance? What? Huh? Fridges? No? 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 You heard me. No, I do not. What kind of question is that? Oh yeah, look at the sexy fridge. What are you talking about? Where do you even see fridges? Are you hallucinating by any chance? What the fuck?